Good evening, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 8:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just wanted to point out that this is not financial advice. It's purely educational. Please understand that these are opinions as well as, predictions. Nothing here is factual in terms of outcomes. So intraday updates are on the Twitter feed below the video. If you want to subscribe to the link, click on that. NuCypher allocation right now, I'm still 80%. Fortunate enough to get it at, nab it at 46 cents a day or two ago. But these are all the price points that I actually entered into NuCypher. And I don't typically go in and throw 100% all in one shot. Investing is sort of an art and also quite a bit of science. And, the concept of compounding and dollar cost averaging are very important. And that's why I don't just, chuck it in on every single price point. 20% is still sitting in US dollars. Right now, I don't have any particular specific entry or exit point until we get further confirmation on a few factors. Going to the markets on, just so everyone understands, the driver for NuCypher US dollar is two things. One is the benchmark. What is Bitcoin doing? The second is the NuCypher Bitcoin pair. That is, what is the strength of NuCypher relative to Bitcoin? I mean, it's as simple as that. So those are the two tabs I have over here that define Bitcoin's price and NuCypher Bitcoin pair. So if you look at the NuCypher US dollar price, which is what we're all looking at every single day on your Coinbase or whatever you're looking at to see what the current state of NuCypher is, it's at 46.88. And look, I'm not going to go into why it's down today while Bitcoin's blasting off, but I do, we'll look at the underlying technicals and the internals of the market that are driving this price downward. This morning we were around 47.51, and Bitcoin was a lot lower. Strangely enough, it was a 55,437. So Bitcoin actually blasted off, is now 57,000. So it went up like 1,500 points, which is pretty phenomenal, 3 or 4%. But yet NuCypher is down. And the reason why NuCypher is down is because in some ways the blast off obviously was a big deal, because what happened today was on the blast off, we actually went back above that line. So, again, it's when you look at the trend, the overall long-term trend of Bitcoin, today we went from all the way down here to from 55 and change, and then we went straight up. And as soon as we passed this traditional support line, we wound up racing up very fast. So now we're taking a little bit of a pullback. We were up as far as 58,000 today. Now we're 57,000. That being said, what's disappointing me more than Bitcoin's increase is the NuCypher Bitcoin pair. This is, again, the strength of NuCypher to Bitcoin is just not performing as we would have liked it to. But it doesn't mean that this game is over. The game just started here. If the game will be even more interesting, to be honest with you, and this is why 20% on the sidelines counts in this case, is that if this thing should drop, let's just say, just to remind everyone, when I got this thing at 39 cents, we had hit a low of 700 on the NuCypher Bitcoin pair. I would love to see another drop like that. And honestly, I would go commando at that point and throw the 20% that I have left in US dollars onto the NuCypher, into the NuCypher trade. But I don't think that will happen. But if it does, it's like, don't stare a gift horse in the mouth, as the saying goes. And I would not. Like in this case, I think I would be a big buyer if this thing hit to the 700 range, no matter what the price of Bitcoin is or the price of NuCypher is. I think it's a very good case. And I'll tell you why. Let's look at the historicals. Historically speaking, we've only had a couple of months where this thing was actually below the 800 level. But below the 700 level, we're talking about a month. So, yeah, this would be, to me, the majority case is when it's above the 700 number. So look, if, I hear a lot of different comments. I hear, from whether it's on Twitter, people will ask some questions. I'll hear it, on Reddit, of course, more than anything. But the reality is this, is that like this is not the day trading type of vehicle. And I know everyone on every show or every whatever they call these things, videos, they want to see like they want to see like the greatest news ever. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have the greatest news, but what I can tell you is that if you're serious about, investing, it has to do with the dollar cost averaging, getting it as cheap as possible. You should want this thing to drop, and you should want it to drop, insanely. If you have money on the sidelines, that's what you want to do. I have a max cap in terms of what I'm willing to invest in NuCypher. And that's why I say after my 20%, that's it. So if it does go down to 700 here and I get it, great. I'm all over this thing like white on rice. Now let's see if that happens. And if this turns around, great too. I'm 80% locked and loaded. Bang. So anyway, I'm a little bit, I did not go to the bar tonight. I would have loved to had a tequila. It's Cinco de Mayo. I'm sure a lot of you guys have. But, listen, we're going to play this card for a little while. Let's see how things develop. I think everyone who's invested should hold on to it only because I think this will go up. Again, speak to your financial advisor. But like at the end of the day, this is all about one thing. The one thing is that this is an infrastructure play. It's in the development phase, so it's not fully adopted yet. So this is just beginning. But on full adoption, or even half adoption, or even a tenth of an adoption, this thing kind of moons, to be quite frank. So you can't really just see it all happen when it's still being built out. And it's pretty much built out. It's just, they're adding more capabilities within it. And look, a lot of companies are starting to adopt blockchain as well. So this is certainly something people will be adopting. There's no reason why people wouldn't. Security is a big deal. It's number one in technology. And encryption is going to always be master of that. Data protection and privacy is a big deal, and it's big money. So that's why I'm invested in it, and I hope you are too. Anyway, till tomorrow, we'll catch up. Bye.